Kitchen out one time out. Make it 5 miles.
Did he?
What?
Bringing in and out inmates, Judge.
Okay.
I did 4.8, 4.8, and in here, just in here.
Okay, guys, we got to start training. We said as a group, we're doing a marathon.
I'm up at 4 in the morning.
Okay, so we're not getting up at 4 in the morning, but I mean, we're not training for the Olympics.
The only way.
Will you
No.
work out here at 4 o'clock?
Some days I have a client.
Mm.
in my business, so some days I train her.
Oh, so you're a trainer, because I.
Oh, we're just supposed to do a half. Are we doing a half or we're doing 3?
I think we're ordered to a 5K, Judge.
I thought y'all said you're gonna rent a van to do the,
No,
everybody just sits in it and then you do the half, you drive the half mile.
No.
Oh, you're gonna
for the
actually,
marathon.
Yeah.
For the rock and roll marathon.
yeah.
I was hoping a half a mile, but Judge, we've been like decreasing it to a 5K at this point.
So what should we be doing? Realistically, what are we gonna do?
Be a supporter and just watch.
No. This is the 187th. We followed through.
Or
All
10,
right.
or a 10K, 10K at 6 miles.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, we can do that. That's easy.
Definitely start with a 5K.
Oh, let me look at that.
Run would be Chase.
Let me pull up my
I don't
email.
even do that. I don't even do
That
that.
could be
That's like-
arranged. Don't run.
If it's my time, it's my time. That's it. Get
You want me
me.
to print one out?
That here.
I used to do it on 5K. I need to start.
I'm not a big runner. I do my cardio.
I don't- I'm not a big fan, I make myself go. I make
I
myself.
just like time between sets. It's not fun. And that's part of it. And it's-
I like to eat.
I will check the email and see what they say.
I do. I like to carry. Lishan, she's not here yet? So the keys to the returns first.
Oh, you put it-
You know,
Lishan,
okay.
I'll call now.
I'm telling you, this is one of the few professions where a lot of people think I can just be an attorney. Oh, the weight room will be closed temporarily.
That works. Mhm.
You told me that you should have like a little ball. And that's one that's.
Oh, is this the 1323 case? All right, let me see what they're saying.
And I should have told her that.
Who was his previous attorney? Okay, oh, so this is another person that we'll have to have brought back. I'm forwarding it to her right now. All right, everyone, it is 9 o'clock. I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, you need to let me know that you are here. In custody, we have Jasmine Hunt, Jacob Borrego, Victor Alvarez, Joe Thomas, Antonio Randall, Marcel Solis, Sherry Cooper. Sherry Cooper. Marlon Simeon, Aaron Stern, Aaron Candace Stern. In custody, Antonio Randall, Mwandi Hamasi. Thank you. In custody, Nieves Carrillo, Brandon Reese. Brandon Reese. In custody, Devin Heflin, Rogega Bergensvala, Renee Gardia, Renee Gardia, Eros Rodriguez. All right, when these people appear, they need to be put in the box. Christopher Trevino, Lee Galinda, Clarissa Shepherd. In custody is Jose Posada, Esther Diaz. How do you pronounce the middle name?
Orellana. Orellana.
Esther Oriana Diaz. David Olvera,
Judge, go find out where he's at. We talked to him for this week, so I don't know why he's not here.
Sergio Serta. In custody, we have Juan Ramos, Juan De Jesus. And they'll be here for Vincent. Jack Bernal. Thank you. Johnny Limon. Johnny Limon Jr. Andres Rios is in custody. Is there anyone who's present and your name was not called? All right, what's your name? Okay, thank you. We're gonna have to have them pull his file. All right, everyone, we are recessing exactly at 12. So if your attorney's not here at this point in time, you probably need to get on the phone and call them, because otherwise you're gonna have to sit around and wait until we have a break from jury trial. Thank you.
Judge.
Yes,
Ms. Cooper just started.
all right. Hey,
Hello, good morning.
good morning. Jason, we saw your Hawaii pics.
Yeah. I mean, tell you what.
Yeah.
It's like, I can count on probably one hand how many times I've taken it.
Mhm.
In 5 days.
Mhm.
That probably ranks up number one on like the trips I've taken. That is
Oh, wow.
5 days. So my little had a great time and once the book that right, you know.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm trying to get my mom to go.
She should. I tell you what, Maui.
Mhm.
It's so cool because everything shuts down around 8 o'clock.
Mhm.
So it's, you know, you can tell everybody's going to bed or something like that. And so it's very like early riser and then go to sleep early too. But I was up by like 5:45 almost every morning.
Mhm.
And then I'd go run.
Mhm.
on the beach, and then come back and go get breakfast. And I mean, so it was perfect. The wedding was great. And,
Oh,
but
awesome.
I mean, I would highly recommend Maui. Oh, there's so many things to do on Maui, you know.
All right, see, if you tell my mom that yes, she should go to Maui, then she'll go. Me,
you should
she's
go.
not listening to.
I would highly suggest it. And I would say this, if you're gonna go, fly out of Dallas, Fort Worth.
Mhm.
It's like an 8-hour flight. However, it's on a Boeing 787.
Mhm.
And it's like, all those are pretty brand new.
Mhm.
They have the video screens and everything from the headrest in front of you. Because on the way back, I flew to Phoenix instead, and it's like an Airbus 380 that's like just a seat.
Oh,
It's
my
like-
gosh.
I was spoiled on the way over,
Yeah.
but on the way back, I'm like, this is terrible.
Well, that's to prepare you to come back to work.
Exactly.
Because see,
Yeah,
you were
it's like
flying like you're a
reality.
VIP, yeah.
But yes.
But we learned some things while you were gone that are very disappointing.
No, Judge, I already know where this is going.
He has never seen the Warriors.
Oh, gosh.
Jason, come on, don't.
He hasn't seen the never ending story.
Oh, that's one of the best movies of all time.
He doesn't even know what we're talking about.
Goonies.
Yeah, he hasn't seen any of that.
Your Honor, this first chair has never seen John Wick.
I have two.
Yeah, he hasn't.
Your Honor, there's no proof that he has seen John Wick.
Maybe not the last one, but I've seen the first, there's three or four.
Yeah,
Going on the
Four.
fifth one.
I haven't seen the fourth one.
yeah, that's one of the best one. And you know, the fourth one references warriors in it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. But he doesn't know about the reference.
He hasn't even seen Seinfeld.
Jason, what? I'm glad you're back, but this is not good. That's not good.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even know if he's seen Gremlins. I don't even know what's,
The first one was the best one.
yes.
I have.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Don't put me in water, Jason.
But Zach, I'm telling you,
Yes,
best Western ever. Once Upon a Time in the West.
it's on my list, Your Honor, I promise you.
And I don't care what anybody says, it's better than The Man Who Shot Liberty Vance. People always think that's a good one. That,
I think my plan for the weekend, Judge, is to go up to Camp Bullis for a little bit,
Mhm.
walk around the Riverwalk for a little bit, and then like just take my time. You
Yes.
know, like maybe pick up my grandkids,
oh, you're so funny.
and then I'll watch the movies.
Okay, you laugh when you say that. But there was one time I was on the civil side and I was representing children. And they said, we're going to place the children with the great grandmother.
Okay.
And I was like, how's she going to be able to handle,
Right.
you know, great grandmother is only in her 50s.
Really?
And so, and it wouldn't be shocking when you would have a grandmother who was in her 40s.
Wow.
Yes, you do the math.
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
wow, Judge. Wow.
Because I was concerned. When they said they were going to place the child with either a grandmother, grandmother, I say, okay, we need to get her some help. We need to see how we're going to do this. And they're like, Stephanie, she'll be fine. I'm like, I have concerns. And then they would say, well, this is the great grandmother. This is the grandmother. I'm like, wow, she looks great to be a great grandmother. And they're like, oh, Stephanie, she's only in her late 50s. Mhm.
So you might see like multiple emails on that. It's your correspondence. Thank you.
Norma, I just sent you an email. We need to have that person bench warranted back. Yeah. Yes, Norma, we will be recessing at noon, so any attorneys who are rushing in, sorry. No, they're gonna have to stay. Their cases will be addressed today.
One thirty.
And Daniel and Hank, I'm assuming you received the email from Baird Law Firm.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I didn't know if they wanted to approach on that this week. I told them we'll be here today. I didn't know if
Okay.
we'd be here tomorrow, so.
all right, we will see what happens.
Yeah. One with the case with Turkey that I talked about last time.
Mhm.
The part where PCD was accepted.
Mhm.
So just wanted to do this.
Okay,
So I'm bringing it back on February 22nd just to make sure.
okay. Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, no, but watch, when we're on the record, people are come rushing forward, and Norma, when they come rushing forward to you on the record, just tell them they need to take a seat.
Morning, Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
My client, his phone is going straight to voicemail. My office had, they called him yesterday. We do a courtesy call the day before to remind them about court.
Mhm.
His phone was off yesterday as well. I know he's not here, we need to issue a warrant, but I've had constant contact with him until recently. I don't know what's going on.
All right, what's your client's name?
Um,
You can do eight judges.
David Olvera.
All right. We can hear this now, or I can give them till 9:30.
Well, let's, I guess, hear it now.
All right, could I see the file, please? I don't know who that is outside the door.
David, perfect.
Oh, no, there's no need to come up. Okay.
With that.
On the first
all
row.
that issue.
All righty.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure.
Second question is I'm confirmed with the state judge about a possible resolution. At the second setting, I do have a contested setting in Guadalupe County this morning. On second settings, are we allowed to pass to the next setting? No.
No. So this supposedly was set for a PTD.
Well,
So
that's what I was talking to them about this morning.
Well, December 12th, you all said he was being considered for PTD, and the application and everything was supposed to have been filled out.
Okay, did you talk to Daniel or something?
I don't remember who I talked to.
Okay, I'll talk to Daniel, Judge.
All right, so that needs to be done before you leave,
Okay, Judge.
if that's what this is going to be.
Okay.
All right.
Um, I'm gonna send you an email.
Okay.
I told them when to come by.
Yes. Yes.
She's the one, being screened for the court.
Mhm.
They've been having some challenges making a decision on her. They have her set for the 25th for like a final meeting with her. I spoke to her this week. She's decompensating mentally. Talked to her about being here at court today. She got a text message at the office this morning that she is sick and very ill and can't get here today. Depending on what they tell me as far as the final decision, I may have to have her re-examined for competency.
All right, I'll give her till 10.
She's not gonna be able to make it.
Okay.
She's. People coming.
Okay. If you want to have her here by Zoom, we can. Otherwise,
I'll send them.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
We can send a Zoom link to her. We can try it.
all right, if you'll let Ms. Ferguson know.
You shoot your phone.
We can take a photo and you can send it to us.
Hello. Okay. No. Mom, I always have time to talk to you. And it's always good hearing from you. Okay. All right, ASAP. Bye-bye, Mom. Yes,
Yeah, First, Your Honor,
yes.
I've just submitted the application for PTD on Mr. Olvera.
All right, Mr. Olvera, come forward. Why were you late for court?
I was a little bit, the little screen underneath where it says the rooms where they're all at, they were down and I had trouble remembering where this room was.
All right, so here's the thing. This is your second time here. You cannot be late for court. You understand? All right. Ms. Ferguson, I need a date for PT.
On half one. She comes into like, give us some ability. Yes. You're a differing. Yep, that's correct. Meaning that is. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just so nothing else. Walking up the trial, I'm looking. Oh. Now I get you.
No, apparently it's we took them to Petco. And they were like, but every time we sprayed them with water, it was like that.
That's awesome.
But he's also something.
No.
No, I need to tell them like.
Yes. That's technically the one that fought back.
So safe. Probably gonna do my. I love the water. With theirs, yeah, fair. Because they're one. He's gonna try to. Something tells me it's not gonna work. Yellow than it. He should get.
Juan,
The Jesus.
Jesus. He's the Jesus.
The Jesus.
I'm sure they will do that. So, yeah. You didn't know who it was from. Yeah. And let me. I hope I did.
Hey. Thank you.
It's in the coffee. I have a pain in my calf. That's not working. Anyway. But she's been waiting. So she.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, and I don't think I've done it like this in a really long time. Can't remember. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, is Shepherd here? If she's not here, warrant's gonna be issued for arrest. Clarissa Shepherd?
Yes. She's up there.
Hello.
How are you?
All right, how are you doing?
Good.
So have you filled out your application for the PTD?
What is that?
Step up a little bit.
Did your attorney not speak to you about the pretrial diversion?
Yeah, I told him I didn't want to take any type of probation or anything due to my veteran status, and me and my parents have already. My mother actually wrote a letter to give to the court. My father already went down to the office to drop the charges, so I'm not understanding why I have to take a plea for this case.
Oh, you don't have to take a plea. But your attorney will speak to you about people dropping charges.
Mhm.
Because some cases, the complainant can say they don't want to go forward, but this is not the complainant's case. It's the state of Texas versus.
Right.
And the reason why it says the state of Texas versus, whenever you have alleged crimes that have been committed, the crime is against the state of Texas.
Okay.
So, Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
she doesn't want PTD. So give me a jury trial setting, please.
So if I take it to trial, that means I get a longer sentence or something, right?
You'll have to speak to your attorney. What I can tell you about jury trials is what ends up happening is your attorney is present, the state is present. There's something called jury selection because this is a felony. 12 people will sit in the box
Yes, ma'am.
and the state will present their case through witness testimony or whatever evidence they have. And then you and your attorney can present evidence if you choose to. You don't have to because the burden is on the state. And then the jury will deliberate after closing arguments and they will make a decision on whether you're guilty or not guilty. If they say that you're guilty, this is a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility. And depending, I don't know your case. All I know is the charges. So you may be eligible for probation from a jury. All right, Ms.
I'm
Burke,
already a felon. Is there any way we can postpone this, like reset my court date? Because I don't
She's
really
giving you-
talk to my,
she's giving you a trial date now. What's the date?
February 12th.
All right, your jury trial date is going to be set for February 12th. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused and you'll need to be here at 9 a.m. for jury trial.
Judge, I'm sending out the impact
All right.
on that day.
Just a minute.
All right, so Ms. Shepherd, you'll be meeting in impact court instead of here for your jury trial.
you want to sit down?
No.
Yeah.
Lee Galindo,
Yeah. Morning, Judge.
good morning.
Happy Thursday.
Oh, yeah, it's Friday Eve.
It's Friday Eve.
Hello.
Morning.
All right, so today is your plea deadline date.
Judge, I spoke to the state. Today is the first day we have power back in our building. We've been without power for like 3 weeks. So we're a little behind on trying to get some things, just opening files and whatnot, because they were saved unfortunately on the computers.
See, this is what I tell people. And this is why people need to watch documentaries. This is why people need to watch movies that are disaster movies. Everybody wants to put things on computers. And I always say, you know, it's great to put it on there. It's great to have backup, but you still need the paper. What happens if system goes down? And you know, I've been the canary in the coal mine here as well. I've been telling people what happens because they're putting everything online. What happens if this system fails? And it appears that it may fail because how long have we been waiting for Odyssey to go live? Has this been like 20 years or something? There was a rumor of this when I first started practicing. So it's been over 20 years. And then other places, they said they don't like Odyssey. But we're supposed to go live with Odyssey at the beginning of the year. When is it coming live now, Norma? May. And actually, I think it was supposed to be,
February.
yes.
That's what I was about to say is February, because I saw that.
Oh,
last
so
email.
it's May. And actually it was supposed to be before February and then they kept pushing it back. So now we're in May. And here's my prediction. I predict that it's not going to be live in May. That's just me. Jim Weed, are you with me on that?
I recommend text share highly. If you talk to somebody, we can get that program installed. It wouldn't cost too much, so we can talk about that.
There we go. Texture. That's what it's called.
Text share.
Text share. All right. Text share, people. Text share.
Travis County uses it. There's a bunch of counties.
And to me, they're doing all of this training for Odyssey. And if a program is so good, it should be similar to a cell phone. You should just be able to turn it on and figure things out. All right. So
Judge, what I'd like, and I think the state is okay with it, 2 weeks from today, I think is the 8th. Just let me catch up on a couple of things because I have some things I want to present before we make our decision. We do have a tweak to the offer, which may help but if you could give us to the 8th, that should work.
All right, Norma, can you recall this for the 8th?
Yes, ma'am.
And Norma, we need to increase our docket since I think the dockets that week are light because Odyssey was supposed to be set up.
Oh, you mean for that week?
So we can add cases to that week and
I can do that.
yeah, let's increase that. All right, we'll bring you back on the 8th.
Perfect. Thank you, Anna.
That will be your final plea deadline date.
Perfect. Maybe excuse you.
Oh, once you sign the reset form.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, no, they don't. We should. Okay. I'm doing it.
Esther Diaz. Can I see the file on Esther Diaz, please?
Yes.
It's Esther Marie Diaz. The middle name is Orianis. Aaron Sturm.
He's supposed to be, he or she, supposed to be on Zoom. Arlene just sent her the Zoom.
Brandon Reese. Renee Gardia. Oh, have a seat.
Oh,
No, you were late. Renee Gardia.
That was my judge.
Okay.
We're trying to get her on.
All right, do you have the file? It's on page. Oh, go ahead, Deputy Laura. No, it's page 8. It's Esther Diaz. She's the 4th person. Hello. All right, just give me one moment. All right, could I have a prosecutor, please? Court is calling 2023 CR 8835, State of Texas versus Esther Marie Diaz for the state.
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
All right, and Deputy, could you make an announcement for Esther Marie Diaz? This hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. and it's now 10:02 a.m. Previously, on December 12th, the court had issued a bond forfeiture because the defendant was a no-show. And I was asked to recall the warrant, and that warrant was recalled and it was reset for today. Deputy Laura,
Yes, Your Honor.
any response?
No, Your Honor. Nobody responded to that thing.
All right, state.
Your Honor, state asked for a bond forfeiture.
All right, that will be granted and she will be remanded without bond. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And are you ready? Could I see the file on Gardia, please? And Deputy Laura, that's not going to be recalled. Ms. Gardia?
Is she there?
Yes, there's a Samsung here, but there's no response.
She said she's in the waiting room.
Oh, no, I brought her into the main room and she's not responding. She's connecting.
She said she went to the office at her apartment to get some help, so I think somebody's helped her.
Okay. All right, Ms. Gardia. You need to unmute and start your video. It appears that it's not going to happen. I will chat her.
That's a big challenge.
Just the judge. Hello, can you hear?
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Are you Miss Gardia?
Yes, I'm Miss.
All right. Is there a
Yeah.
reason you're not in court today?
I'm very ill.
All right. What is your issue?
I don't know how to pinpoint all of them, but I'm having a problem living.
Okay.
Living. My health is deteriorating.
All right. Miss Gardia,
Yes.
I'm going to need you to come to court tomorrow. Okay.
I can't make it there. I cannot.
All right. If you don't have a doctor's excuse or
But I'll
something
have
from
to
your
go to
attorney that
emergency
you're in the
hospital.
hospital,
Send
you're
me
going to have to come to
a
court.
mental hospital. This is to keep me what do you call it? Every time I do that, something bad happens to me.
Every
And
time you come to court?
no, every time I go to the hospital, I can't, or do I have to go to a doctor or go to the hospital? And then they'll send me to a mental hospital, and I'm in the hospital for a long time. And then I come home and my place is wrecked.
Okay.
Okay, and now there's some stuff going on, and there is exploitation going on, identity theft and DNA through DNA, harvesting DNA for identity theft purposes with Haven for Hope and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I am a victim for almost 20 years. This is my issue, and I got abducted through them following me and falsely accusing me of this, what was going on. I am not a mental schizophrenic, paranoid, all the other things that they're saying. That's how they did it
All
through
right.
the internet. This
So,
is my situation.
all right.
So I
understand.
don't, if I do that, this whole thing is going to go, and I am going to have a heart attack because I'm not well.
All right. I understand, Miss Gardia, but I'm going to need you to come to court tomorrow. And then what will happen when you show up to court tomorrow? your attorney will be here and your attorney will speak to you, because I need you to come in so that your attorney can speak to you in court and so that your attorney can review your case in court.
That's it.
All right, is there anything else? All right, thank you, Ms. Gardia, and thank you to the person who helped her Zoom in. Um, mhm.
Got it. So.
Okay, all right, is she on bond?
Yes.
I mean, well, I know she's on bond. Is it with a surety or? All right, if anybody's ready, just let me know. And we are recessing at noon, so anyone who has not completed their case by 11:55, you're coming back during the break in trial.
Okay. Okay.
So they're set for February 2nd. So you're moving here this day, we're gonna. Okay. And we need the date for them to get through this. So. we can take it seriously. Yes, two cases. To make sure she did. Yeah, I think that's what judge said. Yeah.
Yeah, I told you.
Yes.
But he says, oh, I'm not gonna get it today. Okay.
When I don't regret anything. I'm going to Texas. To do some online courses in Oh.
Oh, no. Yeah, we've already addressed it. All right, you can unmute us.
And I don't know when her attorney is here.
Can you bring Jasmine Hunt out?
I know.
All right, Miss Hunt, if you'll come forward. Hello, how are you doing?
Good.
Okay. All right, so I've been informed that the mental health court approved and they want to accept you, but there are some more steps that need to be done. And probation, when will that be completed?
Next Friday.
All right, so that'll be completed next Friday. And so what we're going to do is we're going to reset you. And Norma, can we bring this back on either the 29th for January 30th? All right, we're gonna bring you back on January 30th, okay? So make sure you still do all of the applications that they want you to do. All right, do you have any questions? All right, so we'll bring you back on January 30th.
I brought my purple.
Is Jasmine Hunt, is that family violence or no?
Yes, sir. Is it, let me double check. We looked for the file this morning and it wasn't. Oh, wait, yes, it looks like, Hank. So I don't know.
All right,
Okay.
Hank, on Jasmine Hunt,
It is not 701 good.
all right. It appears that mental health court is going to accept her.
Okay.
So she just has one final evaluation to do. So we're bringing her back on January 30th.
Okay, thank
All
you,
right.
Judge.
You're welcome. Michael Igu. All right, come forward. Good morning. Who's the prosecutor on this case?
Stepped out, Judge. Want us to come back? What do we get in? We're just gonna. Okay.
All right, so today is the plea deadline date.
Judge, it is. We received the confirmed offer from the prosecutor earlier today.
Well, I mean, today, because the plea deadline date was set on the plea deadline date was set for January 11th.
Yes, Judge, we were here last week, and I think what they wanted to do last week was reach out to the complaining witness before they solidified an offer. They did that. They made that offer today, Judge. Ordinarily, I wouldn't be asking for more time, but I'm just asking the court if the court would bring us back on Monday so that I can sit down with Mr. Hugo. Mr. Hugo is not from the United States. He is an American citizen, but there's some cultural concerns that I have, and I'd like to be able to sit down with he and his family over the weekend and give the court an answer on Monday.
All right,
I
this is the last setting for a plea deadline date.
I understand, Judge. I appreciate that. I have an idea where we're going. It's just I'm not comfortable just speaking to different people over the phone.
All right,
I'd rather do it in person.
so we're gonna bring this back on the 22nd.
We can do it. Thank you, Judge.
And Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Juan Ramos. Hello. So what is happening with this case?
Judge, it's a second setting. It was just maybe a week ago that I dropped off a hard drive for discovery because, you know, even though the state would love to have text share, they haven't paid for it. And one day.
One day we have Odyssey.
That'll come around.
I don't know what will come first, Odyssey or the zombie apocalypse. I don't know. They're running neck and neck.
Nobody will like Odyssey either.
One to be about the same.
They're about the same. Yeah, we just need to be prepared.
It is a case where we're gonna have an ID motion that we will need to ask the court to hear.
Okay.
But I do need the discovery first. I think we'll have that fairly quickly. But we'd like to go forward after that.
All right, so have you given him all the discovery or no?
I believe everything has been disclosed. I think it just needs to make sure that he has everything, Judge. And I think that's the issue, just making sure he has everything. The state believes that they've turned over everything.
All right, and you're not prepared to tender an offer today, correct?
Actually, it's just the one I made an offer.
Yes.
I did tender an offer.
Okay. So Ms. Ferguson, on this case, give me a 30-day reset. And that will be your plea deadline date.
22nd.
All right, we'll be back on February 22nd. Is there anything else?
So, Judge.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. Okay.
Juan Carlos De Jesus,
Present ready, Your Honor.
if you'll come forward.
So I'm just gonna. Separate.
All right, where are we on this case?
Judge, we believe there's a video cam from the home that a copy was made by the officer's body cam, but it's not a very good copy. We need to see if we can get that. So I would ask for one more reset for just discovery purposes. Just to get the cam from the house cam.
All right. So do we know, or do you only have the house cam with them video in it, or do you actually have the house cam? Because after a while,
Well, Judge, we know there was a video because the body cam, I mean, they particularly went in and filmed it with their body cam
Mhm.
of the surveillance or security cam at the house that shows the altercation. I don't believe we have that video, and it's not in the state's possession or the police possession. So state's position, we would like it too.
Yeah.
And so we will reach out to the detective and see if they've obtained it and see if it's available. I haven't had the opportunity to do that this morning.
all right, I don't want to make any predictions, but it may not be in existence anymore.
I understand, Judge, but on behalf of my client, I have to ask.
Oh, no, I understand. I'll give you time to do that. And last time we were here, the state had tendered an offer. Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
recall this for 30 days. That's going to be your plea deadline date as well.
Thank you, Judge.
February 22nd.
All right, February 22nd. Is there anything else?
Nothing for the defense.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Just have a seat.
Have a seat. Have excused, Your Honor.
Yes. Victor Alvarez. All right.
Oh, yeah. Posadas? English? You understand English? Okay.
We're ready on Albert.
I do. All right, Victor Alvarez.
Alvarez?
Are you all ready to proceed on the motion to revoke?
We're gonna need to, contest.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, I need a contested hearing if we can do this within 2 weeks. All right, we're coming back on February 1st for a contested.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, is there anything else? All right, thank you.
Yeah.
That's it. The maintenance development.
Happy good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
The second setting, we've got it on communications. I'm gonna ask for Jenny. I guess. It's fine. She was too. No.
Oh, that's one of the. Yeah, information.
As an engineer, yeah, which should be.
Need a pen?
They're not for the courts.
Okay. Oh, no, they don't stay in the clerk's files.
Just add more. I don't know that he should have been. Expired. It's the first appointment that she did. There's an interest of justice, and we're still dealing with it.
Okay.
Pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Like, I think a month and a half before it all hit the fan.
Jose Posadas Mata. Who's the attorney? Good morning. And we're just waiting for the interpreter to set up. All right. So the last time we were here, labs were needed. Where are we on that?
Oh. Let me check on that, Your Honor. I did not know we had that outstanding.
Yes.
Let me check.
Okay.
It does not look like we've received any labs back yet, Judge.
All right. Do you have an idea of when you will perhaps receive labs?
I'll find out. Let's see when this was submitted. They submitted this to the crime lab for testing on a date they did not sign. Yeah, it didn't put a date on here, so I will find out. I know that they have been backlogged, but this was submitted to our office back on September 14th, so it's at least been processing since then. So I would hope that they would have it within the next 30 days, Judge.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, on this case, if I can have a 45 45-day reset for discovery, please.
March 7th.
All right, we're going to be back on March 7th for discovery. Hopefully everything will be in at that time. In state, you'll need to be prepared to make an offer.
Yes, Judge.
All right, is there anything else, Counselor?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Posadas, do you have any questions?
No,
All right, thank you.
thank you, Judge. You would be excused.
Yes.
Yo me siento.
Sergio Serta. All right, so in this case, has the standing order been filed? The standing order, because I believe there's blood discovery or breath.
We have the discovery, Judge.
Oh, okay, so all discovery has been tendered?
Yes.
Has an offer been tendered?
It has. And the state is leaving that offer open for 2 weeks.
All right. You read my mind. Norma, recall this in 2 weeks for a plea deadline date?
Yes. Is it 2 weeks, sir?
Yes.
I can do February 1st.
All right, February 1st is your plea deadline date. At that time, you'll need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. If you choose not to accept the offer or no agreement is reached, then you will have a quick turnaround for jury trial.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, is there anything else?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Serta, do you have any questions?
No.
All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you are excused. Do you need me to sign anything?
Yes, Your Honor, please.
Sure. How's it going? Okay. Oh, did you need for both? Okay. Hard to believe it's 2024. Yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Christopher Trevino.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. All right, where are we on this case? Because last time we were here, all discovery was received and offer was tendered. So today, is he accepting the offer or no?
Well, Judge, there's a little hitch, and I'm asking the court if you extend the video deadline, because I downloaded all the discovery and spent over 2.5, almost 3 hours in my office going over everything with my client, and then I was conferring with Hank this morning, and he pulls up the video that is not familiar to me that I need to discuss with my client, and first of all, make sure that in the videos that I have the video that he pulled up this morning. So I just need a little bit more time to make sure I do have all the discovery.
All right, Ms. Fergus, can you recall this back for a plea deadline date, February 8th? All right, we'll see you all back on February 8th.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge. And Hank, after I go through all my videos, if I don't see that one, I'll get with you and find out why I'm not seeing.
Stevie Ray Stokes.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, in fact.
We're recalled for tomorrow for a discovery issue regarding a subpoena for medical records. I
Mhm.
now have those medical records, so I want to see if we could waive this setting tomorrow. So my client doesn't have to miss work.
All right, so my understanding with regards to these records,
They're received.
they've been received?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Did
It's
I just
love
not say
subpoenas.
that?
No, I was like, no, I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, and so we had been recalled for tomorrow to check on that, but yeah, no, we have received the judge.
all right, and there's nothing else outstanding.
Not that I'm aware of.
I'm just astounded.
It's a Christmas miracle, Judge.
It is.
20 days late.
It's a Festivus miracle.
Let's say this.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. Set this for a plea deadline date, the week of February 8th. All right,
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
you will get in contact with your client?
I'm gonna call him and text him right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Brandon Reese.
Judge, he just stepped outside.
Okay.
Said he's calling the lawyer.
All right. Erin Sturm, and she's not on Zoom.
Because it's John Coons is one of the other two, but I only see that you were hired on the MPR.
I believe that's correct.
Okay, so John Coons would take it.
Hmm?
I think John would take it.
Oh, no, this is the, after that, this is the NPR to finish the hearing. Yeah, and he can deal with that nonsense.
But there is in regards to the evaluation.
Okay.
Johnny Lamone.
Exactly, yeah.
Hello. So what are we here for today on this case?
Judge, I think we're here to complete the MTR hearing. You had him do a rush tap. And he did that. I think they called him in early. He was supposed to have it yesterday, but they called him in about a week ago on the 10th. And they got it done already. And as in most taps, it's either residential or if you want to consider a less structured modality, then intensive outpatient with sober support meetings and monthly UAs.
Just one moment. All right, we're going to go on the record. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 4352, State of Texas versus Johnny Lamone. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank goes to the state.
And Robert Barris for Mr. Limon.
All right, and are you Mr. Lamone?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so on January 5th, you entered a plea of true to violation of condition number 2. The court found it true, and the court ordered a TAP evaluation out of custody for the court to make a decision on whether or not to revoke or continue you. Have both parties received the TAP evaluation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh. Anyone would like to address the TAP evaluation?
Would Judge, if you could swear in Mr. Limon, I'd appreciate it.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
All right, Mr. Limon, when you went to the TAP evaluation, they're reporting that you said that you didn't think you had a problem and that you weren't motivated for treatment. Is that true?
Yes, it is true. I wasn't thinking clearly, man, and I don't know, I was just kind of mad about the outcome in court and I don't know, I wasn't thinking right.
Well, let me ask you this. If you're on probation and judge could always send you to prison, but you're still doing drugs, do you think that indicates you do have a problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so are you motivated to go to treatment if the judge would do that?
Yes, sir.
And are you requesting the judge to place you an outpatient?
Yes, sir.
And why are you requesting that particularly?
Because I got too much going on out here. I got 3 boys. I got another one on the way, and I have a full-time job in
And tell us again, you told us last time, but where do you work?
Skylights over Texas.
Okay, and I assume that means you install skylights
Yes, sir.
and you're working full time.
Full time.
How much are you earning?
An hour?
Yes.
$20 an hour.
Okay. And obviously you'd like to continue that employment to help support your kids?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else you want the judge to know before she decides what to do?
And the last time I was in court, I had to go to a DWI classes, and they gave me the same outcome if I was in the fail. But like overall, I did all my classes. I completed the course, and I got my driver's license within doing all that. And if I gotta get treatment, then I'm willing to do that and do what I have to do.
So is what you're saying that telling the judge you've been on DWI probation before and completed it successfully? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
I don't have any further questions, Sean.
Any questions?
Mr. Limon, my name is Hank Wilkins. I'm one of the prosecutors here. If I ask anything that you don't understand, just let me know and I'll raise it, okay?
Yes, sir.
So are you on GPS right now?
Yes, sir.
And what are the rules of GPS?
To just be at my house arrest, stay home.
Okay. And but you're going to work, you're allowed to do that as part of your GPS, right?
Yes, sir.
But you've had some problems complying with that, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so,
For the purposes of this hearing, I'm going to have to object. I think Mr. Wilkins is going to try to get into the substance of a violation report, which has come out since our previous hearing and which relates to the bonds for his new cases and not this particular case.
All right, the objection will be overruled.
so we were in court last time on the 5th, right?
I believe so.
And then on the 10th, you had went somewhere you weren't supposed to go on GPS, is that right?
Yeah.
And so now though, whatever she orders, you're gonna be able to comply with.
So that day I don't know, I was mad. I don't know. Just got mad and I don't know, I just had to feel like I had to get out.
Okay, and while you were on probation for this offense, you picked up a couple of new offenses, right?
Yes, sir.
Um, That seems like the worst thing you can do if you're on probation, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no more questions, Judge.
All right, any other questions?
Judge, no questions other, I want to let the court know that probation has confirmed that on the 10th is when he did this tap evaluation appointment. I think the violation report says something about him going to a couple other addresses, which seem to be restaurants.
One is a bar. Is Jamie's place a bar?
Mexican restaurant, and yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Here's the thing. It says in the violation report that you went to Jamie's place or Jaime's place. Is that a bar?
I don't. I didn't stop at no bar. Commerce, that was probably the day I left court. I had to catch the bus home. So I was walking and then I did catch the bus in Commerce.
Okay. All right, and why were you angry when you left the court?
Because my mother and my children really don't let me, she don't bring the kids to where I'm at. And I thought, like, for worse or worse, I was gonna get sent away. And before they're gonna move to Austin, I wanted to see them before they.
Do you think the reason maybe she's not bringing the children to you is because of this drug issue that you have? That's either yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you have to be understanding that maybe somebody is not going to bring their children, whether they're the father or the mother, bring them to them if they're in the struggles of their addiction and they're using. And according to the TAP evaluation, it says your methamphetamine is met as evidenced by his need for markedly increased amounts of the substance to achieve intoxication or desired effect. So this is what's going to happen today. You're going into custody today. Either you're going into custody for treatment or either you're going into custody because I'm going to revoke you. So which would you prefer?
Can you say it again?
I said, either you're going into custody because I am going to revoke you, or either I can continue you and we can see if we can get you treatment for your meth addiction.
If I may, Judge, you're stating either inpatient treatment or prison.
Yes, I mean, it's a possession less than a gram case. So it's a state jail felony. And he will be extended. So if you want, I can revoke you and I'll sentence you to 18 months in the state jail facility. Just one moment. Yes, I'll sentence you to 18 months in the state jail facility. Or either you can go into inpatient treatment. And what I can tell you, inpatient treatment is longer than the 18 months. I don't know if you even want treatment because you left court mad because somebody was trying to help you and because.
I do, I didn't like the options I was doing.
Well, these are your options. Either you're going to the state jail facility or either you're going to wait in custody to go to safety. Those are your two options. There is no other option for you. So which would you prefer? If you would like, I will revoke you. I will sentence you to 18 months in the state jail facility. You will do your time. You'll be released. When you're released, you'll still have the 2 cases that are remaining. Maybe see what the state will do with those. Or you're going to be waiting for treatment. But either way, you're going into custody today. Which would you prefer?
And for me, getting MTRs, do the other cases get closed? Like, do those?
That depends on the other attorney's negotiation with the state.
And Judge, just to be clear, you're saying safety as opposed to the recommendation of sedative?
Yes. So if you want to sit in the box and think about it, you can sit in the box and think about it.
I wasn't really prepared for that.
All right. If you want to sit in the box and think about it. All right, thank you. All right, Deputy Laura. Heflin and Bergen. They're in custody. Can you let them know that their attorney has a family issue? So it's going to be recalled for tomorrow.
Having a hell of a lunch.
Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. I think the whole week off.
Oh, yeah.
We're here. Seems inequitable. Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Oh, someone's got-
No, that was.
I was. I got a- He's trying to know also the last 5 years. So I had to probably get the document, have him with understanding. Yeah. Well, and all this now for the town, you know, that was for 12 years.
All right, could I see the parties on Vincent McCree?
You know, thank you.
However you all want to do it. Okay. All right, everyone, just give me a moment. We'll be right back.
Our mutual. Oh, I'm saying that.
All right, thank you. And do we have the interpreter here?
We need an interpreter.
Yes, Swahili. They're not gonna be able to do anything today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just exactly.
Deputy Laura,
Yes, Your Honor.
can you let Simeon know he's gonna be recalled for January 23rd?
Yes, Judge.
But Sean, Simeon is gonna be recalled for January 23rd.
Oh, City?
Yes,
Oh, thank you.
his attorney is out ill. State on Simeon, I don't know if I believe it's criminal trial division. That case is being recalled for the 23rd. Defense counsel is ill. And I know it's set for contested. Yes.
You're fine. No.
Everyone, the court is recessing at noon.
Thanks for the heads up. I like it.
And Norma, may want to check, but I believe Michael DeLeon may be in jury trial. See, people think and then they discover.
Giving you that look of like, whatever, dude.
What are you doing this work? It's not effort. Sorry. Joking, never worked so hard.
Antonio Randall.
Judge, I just want to give you kind of a status on that one.
Okay.
So Mr. Garahan, I was talking to him, he went to talk to Tamara.
You're on this side.
On this side.
Mhm.
So Mr. Randall had been evaluated, I think in 2020, 2021, for sanity
Yes.
on the 2019 indictments. He was found, in the examiner's opinion, the doctor is that he was not sane at the time of the offenses.
Okay.
So ordinarily, it should just be simple as do an NGRI plea.
Well, I mean, unless the state wants to challenge that with their own doctor.
Well, if it was their doctor, it was appointed by Judge Carruthers, but
Mhm.
apparently Mr. Garahan has to go talk to their chief before doing anything. So he went off to talk to
What do you
her.
mean there was no doctor?
No, it was the state's doctor appointed by Judge Carruthers, is what I'm saying.
Oh, no, but usually still, even though it's appointed technically by the state, sometimes the state wants a second opinion. So how long is this going to take?
I don't know. He ran off to talk to Tamara. So I
Okay.
just want to kind of give you a status report on that. And I think we're talking about possibly just terminating that the MTR because he's technically expired and part of it's all tied into his mental health.
All right, well, let me see with regards to the sanity and we'll come back with this. All right. All right, just have a seat, Mr. Randall. Yes. Are we ready on Johnny Limon or no?
Judge, I'm trying to, I apologize.
Okay,
Trying to figure out what's going on with the basis.
okay. All right, so everyone, on the person who needs an interpreter, and it's Swahili from the Congo, we cannot continue to have her sister be the interpreter. So for the next setting, we need someone who speaks Swahili from the Congo. And I believe there's a number we can call and they will be able to connect us through the jail. So this will be the last time that her sister acts as interpreter. All right, come forward. All right, what's happening with this case?
Judge, so you ordered last time for her to start the mental health treatment on January 5th. They went to the Center for Healthcare Services on January 5th and were denied treatment. I contacted Dr. Wallace, who was treating her at the jail, who provided a letter saying, this is ridiculous. And then the next thing that happened was Sally came and approached you, Sally
Yes.
Uncle, and we ordered Center for Healthcare Services to give her treatment. So they went back to Center for Healthcare Services, got treatment. So she is current with her medication compliance. That note should be in the file for you. She is med compliant. She is doing great. She has her next appointment on January 29th. And in addition, we have, I have to look up her name. She's working on a Padilla letter to prep us for the next part of the hearing.
All
We
right.
are good.
And so what is the ultimate outcome for this case? What is everybody expecting?
I have lots of opinions, Judge, but we haven't exactly decided and made a,
I mean, is this something that the mental health court should look into or no? What are we doing?
I wouldn't be opposed to mental health court, Judge. That would be great, considering it's,
I don't know the facts of the case. Is this something the mental health court would consider?
I mean, it would be, they can't do it if it's a felony, Judge, so that'd be up to the DA's office.
Well, no, I mean, she can be referred there and they can say whether or not they will accept her.
I think given Sally's involvement in the case, that would lead me to that direction, Your Honor, as well. I know she's more taken lead on this with counsel.
Yes.
But of course, anything we can do to facilitate the proper direction. Absolutely.
All right, Norma. On this case, there's going to be a referral to mental health court. And then somebody have their phone on. And then we are going to come back. Norma, give me a February date. We can do the week of Valentine.
I can do 15th.
All right, we're going to come back on February 15th.
No, 14th.
Okay, 15th it is.
And if you'll talk with Ms. Onkefer to make sure this is on track for whatever is going to end up happening.
Yes, Judge, we definitely will.
Yeah, and that's, since it's been transferred to this court less than a month ago, Judge, Sally's been on it, Zach, we've all been definitely on this case, for sure.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you. Solis,
No, I'm sure.
Morning, Judge.
good morning. All right, this is for a contested.
No, ma'am. I think we've resolved the contested.
All right, then you want to do a trial court certification?
I can. Yes,
All right, they're over there in the box. Good morning. How are you doing? What did they serve for breakfast today?
Right now, tortilla and bologna.
Well, they always have the bologna even for lunch with mustard.
That's exactly what we have, but with tortilla instead of bread.
I always said that if something were to happen and I were at the jail, I would just stick to the fruit. Something happens. Thank you. All right, court is going to call 2020 CR 5287 State of Texas versus Michelle A. Solis. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Thank you for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Todd McRae for Michelle Solis.
All right. And how do you pronounce your first name?
Misael.
Michelle? So the A and the E are pronounced?
Yes, Misael.
Right. I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? You're going to need to speak up so the court reporter can hear.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Michelle Solis who was placed on community supervision in cause number 2020 CR 5287 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on September 1st, 2020 for a term of 3 years and extended for a total of 1 year? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 1, on or about the 21st day of October, 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Michelle A. Solis, committed the offense of evading arrest in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Violated condition number 2, on or about the 25th day of August, 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The
All right,
defendant,
y'all need to whisper.
Michelle A. Solis, did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the court supervision officer in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Violated condition number 5, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Michelle A. Solis, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the month of September 2023 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Your Honor, the state waives the other violations alleged in the motion.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violations 1, 2, and 5, the court could find it true, sentence you up to 3 years in the prison
Yes, ma'am.
and up to $1,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations 1, 2, and 5? You need to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find 1, 2, and 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. We are asking that you revoke the defendant's probation and sentence to a cap of 3 years in prison. I believe defense would like to be heard on the amount of time.
All right. And state, are you asking for 3 years?
We are asking for the 3 years, Your Honor.
Right. And state, why are you asking for 3 years?
Your Honor, the defendant did some of the worst things you can do on probation, which is picked up new offenses and failed to report. I know that in this court, you make a point in saying when somebody gets probation, communication is key. If you feel like your needs are not being addressed, you need to report, you need to come to the court. So there were options available to the defendant. And then these new offenses, Judge, some of these are just sort of, or the one the defendant pled true to is an inherently scary thing, evading. Your Honor, that's why we're asking for the 3 years.
And what is going to be the outcome of the number 1 that's in the motion?
The new number 1s that we waived, Judge, the possessions and the tampering. We don't have labs back on that yet, Judge, but we are not taking those into consideration. We're waiting on those labs, and we plan to pursue those whenever we get lab results.
All right. Defense, what are you requesting?
Yes, Your Honor. On Michelle's behalf, you look at the original court summary, probation was recommending a residential program for Misael. And we wanted that residential program for him. However, conditions of admission to that program require that there not be any pending cases.
Mhm.
So we're kind of in a catch-22.
Mhm.
We showed up today and that was not a resolution that was possible for us. So on his behalf, I wanted to ask the court to do this. He's 38 years old. He has a young child that's 12 years old. He's got a dad that's 80 and a mom that's 65. And we actually would like the court to continue him or consider continuing him and let him go stay with his mom. And since he's not eligible for a residential program, we'd like the court to consider putting him in a outpatient program. If the court doesn't think that's appropriate, and that's what he's asking me to ask the court, then we'd ask you to consider something less than the 3 because of this catch-22 room. It's not his fault that we don't have the other cases to resolve right now. You can't do that without the labs. So the benefit of the doubt in his favor would be if the court, and I think he's still got until August to be supervised, or if the court wanted to extend him and require an outpatient, extensive outpatient treatment, he would be amenable and open to that. You can tell he's respectful with the court. He's been cordial with me and open to options that help him address the obvious issues that he has before the court. So we're kind of, he wanted this to kind of be left in your hands, Your Honor.
All right, probation, what is probation's recommendation?
The first recommendation would be for revocation. The second would be for if we would have to extend him to mid conditions for state ISF, followed by the intensive supervision program and cognitive behavior report.
All right, the cases that don't have the labs, when would those labs be in?
Should be this month, Judge, because if it's an October offense date, I'll give them about 90 days.
All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to make a decision today. I'm going to recall this back on February 1st. Are you the attorney on the other causes?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we're going to call this back on February 1st. We're going to see whether labs are on those cases, then the court will make a decision. And what I can tell you, we can go off the record. What I can tell you, Mr. Solis, I could make a ruling right now. But guess what? You're still going to be at the Bexar County Jail because you have those cases that are pending. So whether I make a ruling today or whether I make it on February 1st, you're still going to be at the Bexar County Jail. So it'd probably be best for you, for me, to make a decision on this on February 1st. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, any objections for that?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so we'll come back on February 1st and we'll see where the labs are.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. All right, are you all ready? Are you all ready on Limon? All right, so I gave you a choice, Mr. Limon. Your choice is either you can do the 18 months or either you're going to safety. Which do you prefer?
He wants to go to safety. He wants the help.
All right, we're gonna go back on the record. I'm sorry, Diana. 2023 CR 4352, State of Texas versus Johnny Limon. And could I have defense counsel announce?
Robert Barons for Mr. Limon. And John Coons for Mr. Limon.
Hank Lucas for the state, Your Honor.
All right, you're Mr. Limon, correct? All right, you are still under oath. So your choice is 18 months or either safety. Which would you prefer?
It's AP.
Hmm?
It's AP.
All right,
And
Then-
Judge,
yes.
just for the record, I'll be filing motions for examining trial. He has some night mags pending that are, I think might go away one way or the other. So we're going to try to expedite that as quickly as possible so that he can get in line for safety as quickly as possible.
Okay, the court will deny the motion. Alter and amend conditions to include safety, defendant to remain in custody until transfer. And let me see something here. Just 1 second, let me find his MTR. I'm gonna extend him for 3 years. All right, is there anything else?
No, Judge, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
I need clarification on the few cases.
Oh, the new cases, John is going to look into that and hopefully take care of those. So I know he's going to be on hold until those new cases are resolved.
So they won't, even accept- I just want to make it clear to everyone, they won't even accept the packet if there are outstanding.
Okay, I understand.
Well, I
Thank
think
you.
We'll have an answer in the next couple of minutes.
And Norma, recall this as well for February 1st. All right, is there anything else?
No, Judge, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Calling the VPR case or the?
No, we're just recalling the other cases. Norma, that's on Limon. The other case is coming back on February 1st. Antonio Randall, what's the update on Randall?
Well, Your Honor, we have the Sanity report back, and he was found insane at the time of the actual offense of the pending cases that are indicted currently.
Mhm.
I've talked to Carl about it. I just need to do some little bit of homework on my side, if we could get at least a week out.
Okay.
And this will be probably most likely a plea not guilty with reason of insanity. So that's where we're at. I've never done that. Carl has before, and he's given
Yeah,
us some
me
head-
too.
head stuff. So I just want to confirm that to him. Since
All right, so what we'll do is we'll set it in February. So do you all want to do it the week of February 5th? All right, Ms. Ferguson, on this case, can you put this for February 8th? And Judge Carruthers may end up hearing the plea by insanity because
he's done.
he'll have to go to different
Civil
facilities. Yes.
And that will also resolve most likely. It will resolve the MTR also. I talked to Carl about that also.
All right. Do you have any questions, Mr. Randall?
Setting date that should finish it.
Do you have any questions?
Let's see.
All right, so this is what's going to end up happening, Mr. Randall. So we're going to come back on February 8th. On February 8th, depending on what your attorney decides, there may end up being a plea of not guilty by reason of insanity. The thing about those type of pleas is technically, and I'm gonna do the air quotes, you're sort of on probation. And your probation is whatever the range of punishment is for whatever you're charged with. You understand? So if the most you can get in prison for a case is 10 years and you enter a plea of not guilty by reason of insanity, that means you're going to be on that sort of probation for 10 years. And then the judge who will hear your plea, if that's what is decided, they'll make a determination on placement for you. You understand? All right, so we'll set this for February 8th, all right? Thank you. And Norma, just make sure that if they end up doing that plea, that Judge Carruthers is available to take the plea.
Yes.
For a long time, and I don't want to just decompensate. Yeah, she's familiar with this case.
And on this case, if Jason has something sooner and you all want to do it sooner, just let the court know.
Yeah, please, yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't want to decompensate and then we start all over again.
Jack Bernal.
I don't know what Daniel went to.
All right, what is happening with this case? Hello. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Good morning.
How do I look, Judge?
Oh, you look great. That's a given. That's why I didn't even comment on it. All right, so what is happening? So an offer was tendered. There was a plea deadline date for the 16th.
Judge, they recently tendered some new discovery to me today.
Mhm.
It's about 40 pages worth of information that I need an opportunity to go over and discuss the matter with Mr. Bernal. And plus they amended their offer in light of some of the new discovery that came out. So I need to discuss that with them also.
All right, Norma, can we do a plea deadline date on this one for the week of February 5th? What day?
February 5th.
All right, February 5th would be your plea deadline date.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Andres Rios. Are y'all ready to proceed?
I believe so, Judge, and it's not for what's on your docket.
All right, what is it for then?
Okay, I guess there was confusion. I asked Norma if we could move it up so we could handle the motion and adjudication. So Anna and I have an agreement. Of course, one follow it. The state's going to withdraw the motions to enter adjudication. Mr. Rios owes you 2 years that he's been gone, so he's gonna we're gonna ask the court to alter and amend his conditions to extend his deferred for another 2 years.
Well, I mean, that's maybe an agreement that you all have come up with, but what is probation requesting?
What the CLO wants and what his supervision officer want are two separate things. So the recommendation from a supervision officer for the court summary, it's a 1-year extension. Your CLO is asked for revocation.
Okay.
Part of what Anna and I have been discussing is there may be a due diligence defense on the not reporting. So we came up with this compromise. If you alter and amend to extend him 2 years, it's supposed to be on GPS, weekly reporting. I don't remember for how long that is, but and then of course, everything he still owes you.
All right, so probation. They're telling me there's going to be due diligence issues potentially with regards to informing and seeking to find Mr. Rios.
I did not, so I believe the due diligence is outside of what the council is, defense is referring to as due diligence outside of probation.
Oh, yes, no, it's not with probation. It's once the warrant is issued, people have to go knock on a door, try to find somebody.
Right, Judge. So in your packet this morning, this was not set on for NTR, so you did not receive the court summaries on it. Would you like to see the court summaries?
Is there going to be any objection to me reviewing that?
No, Judge.
No objection, Judge. And I believe, for your knowledge, the MTR was signed and filed on March of 22.
Okay. All right, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2020 CR 1056 and 2020 CR 3688, State of Texas versus Andres Rios. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
On it, showing us.
for the defense?
Carl Alexander for Mr. Rios.
And are you Mr. Rios? In each of these cause numbers, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? And cause number 2020 CR 3688, are you the same Andres Alejandro Rios who was placed on deferred adjudication for the offense of injury to a child, bodily injury intentionally unknowingly on October 21st, 2020 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes.
And are you the same Andres Alejandro Rios who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 1056 for assault of a pregnant person on October 21st, 2020 for a period of 4 years? Is that you? All right, state, are you going to be proceeding on the same allegations in each motion?
Judge, the agreement currently is to withdraw the MTR. If your honor is willing to accept it.
Why not a plea of true on something?
Honestly, it was less paperwork. Less risk.
Well, here's the thing. Off the record, both parties have told me there's an issue with due diligence, so I understand. So the process is we have a hearing. We have a hearing related to the due diligence issues, which is through no fault of probation. Based upon what the parties are telling me, what the party's intent is, and based upon the legalities that I'm looking at, based upon what you all have told me, I'm inclined to not revoke him, but I don't want it withdrawn.
Okay, Judge, that's fair. Then one thing I would have to correct then, the whole issue about GPS, we agreed. I didn't like it because he is court appointed, so there's the whole financial aspect of $300.
Oh, here's the thing. Once you all, I've already informed you all based upon what you all have told me and based upon the legalities, I will allow you all to argue whatever conditions you all want to argue. I will hear that and I will make a ruling on that. But it's my understanding the intent of both parties is to continue him on deferred. All right. And Mr. Rios, I want you to understand, I understand what the intent of the parties are, but for the legalities, maybe you will be revoked, maybe not. I don't know. But where we are now is both parties want you to be continued, and there are legal issues and technical legal issues as to why both parties want you continued. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Oh, could I have a stamp, please? Thank you. Yes. Oh, no problem. That is getting very light. All right, are you all ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state, are you proceeding on the same allegation in each motion?
We are, Your Honor.
Any objection to the state reading the allegation once for each motion to revoke defense?
No, Judge.
All right, state.
Your Honor, we would waive and abandon alleged violations of conditions number 2 and proceed on violated condition number 5. In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Andres Alejandro Rios did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of January and February 2022 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that in each motion, true or not true?
And we will waive and abandon the remaining alleged violations, Judge.
Any objection?
No, Judge.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5 in each motion, court could find it true in each motion, find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison in each motion and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation conditions 5 in each motion?
Yes.
In each motion, the court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor, mostly, and I'll get to the
Yes.
last portion. The agreement currently is that the probation be extended for 2 years. Additionally, we would ask that he follow MRT as well as register for BIP within 10 days of today. We would also ask that he be fully monitored by GPS, and we are not in agreement on that as far as full GPS goes, Judge.
All right, defense.
That's correct, Judge. And I'll just address the GPS. So originally on your deferred, Mr. Rios was ordered to have GPS just long enough to complete a parenting class. He completed something that we're not sure, talking with the CLO, we're not sure if he completed something through, what is it, Padre? And we don't know if it's acceptable to probation to the court to satisfy the parenting course, but
Oh, compadre is acceptable, but it's a matter of whether or not he successfully completed it.
he has a certificate. It's in the CLO's files. Like I saw it. It was
Okay.
completed in June of 21. So my issue is that if the court wants to put him on some monitor, right, as to help better monitor him and make sure that we're not back here a third time. I would ask that it be something similar to that, where it's a temporary thing that he's on it until he's completed, let's say the BIP, for example, since that, I believe that's a minimum of 12 weeks. So that is a fair amount of monitoring. And my biggest issue with it is number one, frankly, I don't see the point of GPS. I don't think it prevents reoffending. And he is indigent. I'm court appointed. And because the court cannot waive the GPS for probation monitors, we're talking $300 a month for an indigent defendant. And I don't want to set him up for failure. He's already stumbled pretty severely. I don't want to then trip him on the way, hopefully to a successful finish line.
The problem is the GPS lets people know where people are. Of course, if somebody cuts off the GPS, that's a different story. But the problem is your client has been on probation and nobody has known where he was.
And talking with Mr. Rios, he was at his residence for, I think, about a year and a half while all this was pending. And then it's knocking on the door, which is the due diligence issue.
Yes, no, I understand that.
We discussed before. So that's just it. The biggest thing is financial, Judge.
All right, do you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Andres Rios.
All right, why are you not reporting?
During the time it was over Zoom and I was having trouble getting a hold of my probation officer. I had emailed her and tried to call her and I was not getting emails back or getting any Zoom links or anything like that to report.
All right, so why didn't you just come into court or call the court?
I just didn't. I wasn't sure what to do.
So what have you been up to?
Working.
And where do you work?
Traffic control services.
What do you do? What does that mean?
I do lane closures and road closures for construction.
All right, did you think that by not showing up that this was just gonna magically disappear? I don't know why people do that. Whenever you have a problem, If you don't address it, it's still gonna be there when you stop running.
I think we had the discussion earlier, Judge, that the ostrich approach doesn't work.
Okay. And let me just see here just 1 second. So I'm assuming there have been no new number ones.
There have been no new number ones, Your Honor. I double checked that.
All right. Any issues with contact with the complainants?
It's been a couple of years, Judge. I believe, he pled in 2020, so we have not had contact with them, but they have not informed us of any issues, at least since then.
Have you had any contact with the complainants in this case? You know you're not allowed to, right?
Correct.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court will extend you for 2 years. As previously stated, the court is finding violation of condition number 5 true in each motion. So the court is extending you in each cause number for 2 years. Court is going to ask for the MRT in each cause number. You're to enroll in the BIPP course within 10 days of release. And it says here that you've been exited from the BIPP course several times. Why?
It was just one time.
No, they say you've been previously exited from BIPP several times.
I know one time he is because I missed one payment and I was on the class and he booted me off because I didn't make the payment that day.
Okay. All right. Probation, how do you feel about GPS? Because either he's going to do it, he's not going to do it. There hasn't been anything presented to the court that he's had any contact with the complainants. He hasn't picked up a new case. The GPS is expensive.
Your Honor, my main concern is just for not reporting. If he's not gonna be on GPS, I would ask that he have some type of, he needs to report weekly for an extended amount of time.
All right, you're going to report weekly for 3 months in each cause. Is there anything else? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. What saved you today was a legal technicality. You understand? So now people know they can just go knock on your door. That's where you are. So you had better make a decision on if you want to be on probation or if you don't. If you don't want to be on probation, I will revoke you, send you to prison, and move on to the next person. Do you understand? If there is an issue that you feel as though probation is not addressing, you can always come back to the court, but you have to stay in contact with probation. Do you understand? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge,
You're welcome.
I'm sorry I wasn't tracking. I had my yearly sinus infection, so I'm kind of in a bubble today.
That's okay. We're handling these last 2 cases. Then after that, we're taking our recess. Brandon Reese.
One last is a trial.
Okay. If you'll come forward. Norma, let's recall this for the week of February 5th. All right, we're going to bring you back on February 5th. Your attorney is currently in a jury trial.
Okay.
And like the song goes, he can't be in 2 places at the same time, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I know you know that song. Zach does not. All right, just sign the reset form, then your excuse.
Is that for discovery compliance, Judge?
Yes.
You can be the date again.
It'll be the 5th of February. And you need to make sure you're on time next time, Mr. Reese.
Yes, ma'am.
Aaron Sturm. She's not on Zoom.
Yeah, I was just waiting for her, for us to do this and I was gonna get her on, but the problem is we don't have the proof. We've been emailing the lady at Hill Country. And she just hasn't provided it to us. My client starts her class next Tuesday.
All right,
So-
Norma, on this case, recall this for January 25th.
January 25th.
Yes.
And if I get the proof, I just bring it in and, you know, but I'm sorry, Your Honor, she's done big snafu.
All right, no problem. Probation on Strom, we're bringing that back on January 25th.
And she is still doing her twice, once a day, AANA, as the court previously ordered.
All
I'm
right.
assuming that's to continue.
Yes. All right, we're going to break.